I see more than a few carpet cleaners online these days getting rid of their rotary extractors because they say they never clean dirty carpet, or they think a CRB and their high performance wand is good enough. Granted, this isn't the filthiest job I've ever seen, or even this week, but it's been probably a decade. Elderly couple lived here, recently deceased, grounded in. Traffic lane is getting worse and worse down here, but the real problem is in the master. There's a lot of urine right there, and getting a good whiff of it right now. Rather than lift it up, they're just not ready to change the carpet out at this point. So they just want to clean it. And with the rotor extractor being able to go over and over and over and over it, there's no better way to flush the carpet topically. But let's see what's going on. It's kind of interesting. I don't know if I've ever used the black light on human urine, but this is one of those blends, I think, where I don't know if that's showing up, but looks to be a lot right in here. And yeah, it's kind of weird. It must be a nylon poly blend because only the poly or nylon fibers are glowing. It's not going to show up in video. And there's quite a bit here where they walked over to the bathroom. Anyhow, even if I only use my rotor extractor once a month or every 2 months, it's worth the 1.5 foot of floor space it takes up in our vans. We absolutely keep one on all three of the vans. For instances like this where you want to majorly flush it, and just so worth it. Whatever you pay for these things nowadays, mid twos, it's just part of being a pro. Let me set up and I'll show you how it works. Sager side, my 4-to-1 hydroforce. Make sure you get all your old chemical out of there. Fill her up. And, man, it's pungent here. I'm going to intentionally drench this area to get enough of the product into the pad. This is like I said earlier, cheapo poly blend carpet. So you want to use your hydroforce, 600 psi, and just soak the living piss out of it, no pun intended. And you want to give it about a half-hour dwell time. So this is the furthest spot in the house. I would normally start the cleaning process in this room, or the rinsing process. Instead, I'm going to go do the living room and hallway first. So where you know it's good, boy, just soak. Because of what this product is, it's not going to mold out. And according to that world famous Twin Cities chemist in Minnetonka, it can take up to 72 hours for the full effect of these magic little enzyme creatures to eat their breakfast. And you can see where else they've gone, all around the bed. You can tell it was a frameless bed, or the mattress sitting on the ground. I'm going to hose those areas. Nice thing about this Sager side is 4-to-1, so it works perfect in the hydroforce. And it's only like 20 to 24 gallon, I forget what it is, but it's cheap. So even if you're just adding on, whatever, $100 for a house, you could probably spray a whole house with 1 gallon. You can make a few bucks. I don't do the whole $30 water cloth gallon routine. I don't enjoy doing urine work. I don't invite urine work. I don't have the word urine or even deodorizer on my website for that matter. But this is a friend of mine's house. His father-in-law lived here. So do him a favor. I told him $200. He gave me 3. So what are you gonna do? Anyhow, now I'm gonna go mix up my regular spray and take care of the whole hallway and funky living room here. So we'll let that dwell, then I'll be back to show you how the Rotovac slurps it all up. If you're unfamiliar with the Rotovac 360i, and there she blows. 38 pounder, you can pick it up with one hand. Telescopic handle, so you can compact it, even turn it around to make a footprint even smaller in your van. Adjustable speed. Control the flow, which I never do, obviously, with the pink zip tie. But herein lies the magic. The brush head. So you got scrubbing action, twirling vacuum action, 3 spray jet action. And nothing compares to digging out sand, grit, dog hair, all that kind of junk, as well as just being able to sit on the spot and flush and extract nonstop. And with this tube on here, you can watch what's going on. And you can look at some of my other videos in restaurants and whatnot where it's just pure sludge coming up that tube. And that's what I'm going to use coming into the house. So what I do is I Rotovac in, wand out. So I hit all these bad areas around this rug right here where it's all caked in front of the command center, down the hall. Don't worry about corners and edges, just where they're pounding it in, and then that PP area. And then I'll wand my way out, hitting all the edges, just dry passing the Rotovac areas, but then wand cleaning under the bed, under that chest, against these walls and where that rug was. So Rotovac in, wand out. Doesn't take all that much extra time. It's essentially like putting the carpet through a washing machine, doing that process. That doesn't do it, get new carpet. And I didn't tell these people this is going to be new carpet by any means. But I'm guessing the landlord will rent it again. Although it's pretty darn worn compared to there. But this is a renter's, or I should say a landlord's market in this town. Very few rentals. And this will be clean enough to rent. That's for sure. Assuming that odor comes out. If there's gallons and gallons of urine, human urine in the pad and the subfloor, then what I'm doing isn't probably going to affect it, and I'm going to have to replace it. But this is worth a try. The guy that was renting this is actually a flooring contractor, and he could change it out, but not for $300. He couldn't. Okay, let me go hook up the vacuum hoses and give it a twirl. Okay, so I Rotovac'd this whole side of the living room and around that rug. Now I'm going to get to that funky area there by the phone center. Problem is when you're Rotovac'ing, you need 2 hands, and I'm by myself today, so I'm going to have to jerry-rig up a claw here, or a strap, keep the motor running while I control the trigger or the water flow on this side. So I'm going to get it going, and then I'll pop you back in and we can watch the rinsing action and coming through that tube there. So hold on. Okay, away we go. Nice. Here comes the clean water. And I wonder if it's going to get funky. It's excessively warm, but obviously based on the color of the water, it's not all that dirty, but you can certainly see the carpet coming cleaner there. Not to mention fluffing up immensely. So this will be interesting. I'll do the same thing on that heavy urine area in the bedroom and see if we get a color change in the water. But yeah, if you go back to, I think that's my third highest rated video. Should be in the 400,000s by now. There's some really good rotovacking action in the in that restaurant. that's interesting. Look at that brown water sliming up after I killed the motor here. Let me tighten up my Kung Fu grip. That works kind of nice. Yeah, it just looks like I'm out cleaning in a field. It's so muddy coming up. I'll try and remember to put a link to that video in the information below. Boy, that looks pretty good. You can't even see the wear right now. Let's turn that off. Yeah, dynamite. Okay, I'll get back to you when we get in the bedroom. Okay, time to flush the human urine. Kind of unusual. I don't recall seeing any carpet cleaning videos on that. The smell is gone for a moment, thanks to the sinker side. But let's get behind the beast here. And hit my okay, got it going. Boy, that took a little bit of effort. So let's watch that tube as we move into the bathroom here, for lack of a better description. And I suspect there's going to be a whole lot of foam in the tube, at least at first. Yeah, it's a little brownish, but it's not coming across. Not mud, that's for sure. Just get right close to the bed line and see what it does. Hopefully you guys are seeing this fluffing action going on. Well, I'm not getting any urine detection or smell, which is incredible considering how bad it smelled before I did anything this morning. Okay, so that's pretty good rinse. I'm going to turn off the trigger and let's watch how much water comes out. And kind of want to intentionally leave an enzyme behind, at least in the backing and padding, so that it's continue to do its magic. Hopefully you guys are hearing me over that. I think I'm going to rinse this area once more. That water's still coming out brown, or browner. Alright, let's see. Off the trigger now. Pretty good, pretty darn good. Well, I'm steering this thing. Look at that, no-handed. Yoo-hoo! Undo the lasso. Dang. You get against the wall so you don't get blasted out by the vacuum. But yeah, that looks good. So I'm going to do that, rotovac kind of this whole area into the bathroom over here, and then I'll wand my way out. Oh, I might go in that closet a little bit. But as you can tell, how much excessively went over that, just flushed the bejeebus out of it. And you're still going to see some texture damage. You can see the bed was right to there. So these yarns still have that kind of split pea look to them, and over here it's definitely split pea soup texture-wise. But all the new tenant has to do is move the bed over 6 inches and cover that real bad spot. That's a queen mattress, so if they come in with a king mattress, they'll never even know that was there. I don't know about putting their nose to the floor. If a dog came in, put their nose to the floor, they're going to smell it, but it's all we can do without ripping it out. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, the master bedroom has been wanded with the Deluxe Devastator. Looks pretty darn good. You can see where the old boy was grinding his feet into that carpet. And cheapo polyester is not getting resurrected. But Can't smell a thing. Fantastic. Well, I take that back. I smell a little of the magic Sacred Citron. Don't mind my size 14 footprints there. But that looks pretty darn good. I tell you what, you go into most rentals these days, and the carpet don't look that good on move-in day. There she blows, all done. Looks fantastic. Just as good as the bedroom. Naturally, you can see where the sofa was over there. Never saw the light of day. The command center there looks, geez, I don't know, 90% better. Just a little bit of frazzling. The path there, that's just, you know, the carpet laying over a little bit. But no staining. Smells terrific. Mission accomplished. Now let's go look at that make.